ऊर्ध्वमूलधशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलधशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्। Go ahead, please. Anyone want to chant? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhva Mooladhashakham Ashwatham Prahuravyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedabhi. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mooladhasakham Ashwat Prahuravyayam Chandansi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedabit. Mataji's. Bhagavan Uvacha Veda Savedavit. Urdhva Mooladham Shakham Thank you. Please repeat the translation after me. Oh, sir, the word meaning actually. Let's take the word meaning. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Urdhava Moolam, with roots above. Adhaha, downwards. Shakham, branches. Ashwatham, a banyan tree. Prahur is said. Avyayam, eternal. Chandamsi, the Vedic hymns. Yasya, of which actually. Pranani, the leaves. Yah, anyone who. Tam, that. Veda, knows. Sa, he. Vedavit, the knower of the Vedas. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Personality, repeat after me please. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of Vedas. Yeah, we did this part already. So I will talk about this verse and we will, Prabhupada's translation purport of this verse, of course. But because of the limited time, I may not be able to finish it all. I wanted to take the entire chapter because it's one of the smallest chapter in Bhagavad Gita. There are two smallest, like if something is small, it has more essence. So we read this translation already. Before reading Prabhupada's purport, let's do this Mangala Charana. Those who know it can continue with me. Om Agyanati Mirandhasya Jnananjananchalakhya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpad Kamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunath Bitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kantam Radha कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत इति नामिने सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे So we go back to the Srila Prabhupada's purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down and whose leaves are the Vedic hymn. That's what I showed you. The one who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas, purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After the discussion of importance of Bhakti Yoga, one may question, what about Vedas? It is explained in this chapter that the purpose of Vedic study is to understand Krishna. Therefore, one who is in Krishna consciousness, who is engaged in devotional service, already knows the Veda. So all of you are sitting here, you can consider yourself scholar of Vedas because you came to see Krishna and you're trying to understand Krishna. You don't need to go and open 4 books of Vedas. You can consider it like Vedavit. And we have advanced devotees here sitting and they are further, they probably, if you know one, they know 4 Vedas. I mean, they know Krishna more. The entanglement of this material world is compared here to a banyan tree. For one who is engaged in fruitive activities are sakam karmas. There is no end to the banyan trees. So it is a big tree and like it's a monkey business. You're jumping from one branch to another and looking for food and looking for she monkey, he monkey, like that's what we're playing here. So if you are attached to sakam karma or this tree, that you are stuck here. He wanders from one branch to another, to another, to another. The tree of this material world has no end. And for those who is attached to this tree, there is no possibility of liberation. We'll talk about more about this as we go along. The Vedic hymns meant for elevation oneself are called leaves of this tree. This tree's root grow upward because they begin from where Brahma is located. So that's the root tree of material world, Brahma lok to other lokas. So 14 up and 7 up and 7 down, right? If one can understand this indestructible tree of illusion, then one can get out of it. So we are trying to understand this tree today. It's a fascinating chapter. I am fascinated by this verse actually. I talk about it many times, and it's Purushottam Yoga. So when you go home, make sure you read in detail the entire chapter. It's a very small, short chapter. Very interesting. The process of extrication should be understood. Extrication is when you remove somebody from the illusion, or sometimes there is a traffic accident. You read in the news, extrication, like driver is stuck inside, right? So extricate. The previous chapter, it has been explained that there are many processes by which to get out of this material entanglement. There are many processes, and we'll talk about some of these. And up to the 13th chapter, we have seen that devotional service to the Supreme Lord is the best way. Now, the basic principle of devotional service is detachment from material activities and attachment to the transcendental service of the Lord. So we don't say only that you detach yourself. What after that? Some people talk about like detach from the world, detach from. That is a negative connotation, right? You detach and then you attach. Because if you detach only and you don't know what to do next, like what is my destination? So there is something positive. If you detach from this world, you attach with Krishna. The process of breaking attachment to the material world is discussed in the beginning of this chapter. The root of this material existence grows upward. This means that it begins from the total material substance. From the topmost planet of the universe, from there the whole universe is expanded. With so many branches representing the various planetary systems, the fruit represents the result of living entities' activities, namely religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. So what is that? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. When it comes to Prabhupada, was a very revolutionary preacher. Not only revolutionary, he broke all the stereotypes of preaching actually. He say, I'm not here to please you. I am here to break your illusion, right? So this is a good example of that. Now, there is no ready experience. If you are staying here, those who are going, there is a very special offer. You will miss it if you are not here. So try to stay at church. There is no ready experience in this world of a tree situated with its branches down and its root upward. Do you have any experience like that? Did you ever see a tree which is upside down? We don't, right? We don't normally see trees. We expect the roots will grow down to the ground and the branches and leaves are up, right? But there is such a thing that the tree can be found besides a reservoir of water. We can see the tree on the bank reflect upon the water. So reflection, when you see the reflection of tree in the water, you can make this picture in your head, right? The tree, you're standing here, there's a tree, and then you see the tree, so the roots are upward. This reflection of the spiritual world is situated on desire, just as a tree reflection is situated on water. Desire is the cause of things being situated in this reflected material light. One who wants to get off this material existence must know the tree thoroughly through analytical study. Then he can cut off its relationship with it. So if you know the tree, right? If you are stuck somewhere, if you are in a puzzle, or when you go in a maze sometime in the summer, you will see maze around the town here, like people go. Sometime you find your way out. That's a maze. So this tree, being the reflection of the real tree, is an exact replica, right? It's exact replica. Everything is there in the spiritual world. The impersonalists take Brahman to be the root of this material tree, and from the root, according to Sankhya philosophy, come Prakriti, Purusha, then 3 gunas, and 5 gross element, Panch Mahabhuta, and then the 10 senses, the Shendriya, mind, etc. So there are 24 elements. Probably some of you know this list, right? In this way, they divide up the whole material world into 24 elements. If Brahman is the center of all manifestations, then the material world is the manifestation of the center by 180 degree. So 1/2, right? 180 is 1/2 of the square, right? So this is material world and rest is spiritual world. 180, 180, so that will be full circle. And the other 180 degree constitute the spiritual world. The material world is a perverted reflection. So the spiritual world must have the same variegatedness. But in reality, the Prakriti is the external energy of the Supreme Lord, and the Purusha is the Supreme Lord himself. And that is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Since this manifestation is material, it is temporary. So we say this world is, because it comes from Krishna also, right? It's Krishna's energy. So it is real, but still temporary. There's the problem here. The material reflection of the tree has to be cut off. When it is said that a person knows Vedas, it is assumed that he knows how to cut off the attachment of the material world. If one knows that process, he actually knows the Vedas. One who is attracted by ritualistic formulas of the Vedas is attracted by the beautiful green leaves of the tree. He does not exactly know the purpose of Vedas. The purpose of the Vedas, as disclosed by the personality of Godhead himself, is to cut down this reflected tree and attain the real tree of the spiritual birth. That's the entire conclusion. What we read is the last line here. That's the purpose. Thank you for listening. We'll talk more about this now. So that's the tree. Now you probably understand it better, right? Upside down tree, and this is the real tree. Can you give me that mouse, Prabhu? Here. I hope it works. Right? I just brought this up just to show the entanglement, right? This is a spider web, and something get entangled, it will have a hard time coming out. So we are entangled in this material world. And that is compared to this tree you see in the middle, and there is a web. There is also the internet web. We are too much now. No way out, probably. Unless we use this technology for the purpose of Krishna consciousness, it's going to be bad. It can be very bad. So we'll divide this chapter now, summary of this chapter. That's what we are talking about. So verses 1 to 6, when you read this chapter, right, from verses 1 to 6, we'll talk a little bit of some of the verses, but if we have time, right. So verses 1 to 6 in this chapter, attain liberation by detachment. That's what Krishna is saying. Shri Bhagavan Uvach. The upside down banyan tree metaphor he gave us. Verses 7 to 11 are bondage and transmigration. So if you don't attain liberation, what will happen? That will happen, bondage and transmigration. So punarapi jannam, punarapi maranam. You will be stuck in this cycle. The next verses are 12 to 15. How Krishna helps us in our material existence and spiritual endeavor. Verses 16 to 18, the essence of Vedanta, which is called Tri Shloki Gita. Most of you are familiar with Chatur Shloki Gita. There is also this one, Tri Shloki or Tri Shloki Gita. And then verses 19 to 20. To know Krishna is to know everything. That we stressed multiple times. It is stressed by Prabhupada that if you know Krishna, you know everything. He is not saying that. So this everything is that you need to extricate yourself from this material world. It's okay, the display is good, right? So chapter, we said 1 to 7, right? So there are verses. We talked verse number 1 in detail, so we won't talk again about it. So verse number 2, what Bhagavan say in shloka number 2, the branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by 3 modes of material nature. 3 modes of material nature. Last week also we talked about it. Balakrishna Prabhu was explaining 3 modes of material nature in detail. Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun. The twigs are the object of the senses. The tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive action of human society. If there is an important verse, I have highlighted it a little bit. We'll talk, we can see the verse. Or probably you are familiar. Those are one of the very familiar verses. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Detachment doesn't happen overnight. We'll see that. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns. And there, surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Text 5. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand this internal, who are done with material lust, very nice. Yeah, I'm done, right? We say sometimes, I'm done with you, right? Who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that. Right? Eternal kingdom. So probably Balakrishna Prabhu knows Gita A to Z. Text number 5 is Nirmana Moha Jit Sanga Dosha. Right, Prabhu? Can you say the shloka? Nirmana Moha. Okay.
Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimuktaha sukha dukha sangye gacchantya mudhaha padamavyayam tad.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Free from false prestige. These are the quality you have to develop when you want to detach yourself. Nirman Moha, without any man, right? You know, respect or Jat Sanga Dosha. Number 6, the supreme abode of mind is not illuminated by sun or moon, nor by the fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. This is another famous verse. Text 7. Which one? Suryo, yes.
न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते
Tadadhamma paramam mama. Right. Another important verse is, the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with 6 senses, which include the mind. Mameva
ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनसस्तानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very beautiful verse, this one. Then text 8, the living entity in this material world carries his different conception of life from the body, one body to another, as the air carries aroma. Thus he takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another one. Text 9, the living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, tongue, nose, sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoy a particular set of sense objects. So if we don't get, we are stuck in this material world. So these couple of verses were bondage and transmigration. Text 10 also. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of 3 modes of material nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. When there are many places, when I was young, right, my mom used to yell at me like, foolish, bevkoof, nalayak, right? Did you hate that or you loved it? Your mom sometimes yell at you, right? Anyone, right? You like it, right?
What
It,
our mother says is love.
yeah, it's out of love, foolish. So this is, we use, it's not a derogatory word, but foolish is like mudha. Used to be, but idiot, what are you doing? Just come back. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of 3 nature. Text 11, the endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly, but those whose mind are not developed and who are not situated in the self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. So now how Krishna help us in our material existence and spiritual endeavor? He is so merciful, so kind, he want to help you to get out of this material world. And the cycle, right? The splendor of the sun, which dissipate the darkness of the whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. And enter each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. I became the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. And text 14, I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living beings, and I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the 4 kinds of food stuff. Another very important, very popular verse is text 15. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known indeed. I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Somebody would like to chant this verse, please?
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो भक्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव च.
Thank you, Prabhu. So there comes the part which is a sense of Vedanta, 3 Shloki Gita. 3 Shloki Gita is like, if you know the supremacy of the Krishna, if you want to understand, these verses are like that. In that sense, 3 Shloki, Chatur Shloki, right? It's a summary of how It's not powerful even. I mean, I don't want to use a small word. How grandeur, right? The grand is Krishna. So some verses give you that idea. There are two classes of being, fallible and infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Text 17, beside these two, there is a greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. Text 18, because I am transcendental beyond both the fallible and infallible, because I am the greatest, and I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the Supreme Personal. So this establishes the supremacy of Krishna. And that's what we need to know. So the final part of this is, the final verses which shows us is what? To know Krishna is to know everything. To text 19, it is said by Krishna, right? Whoever knows Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. These last two verses, so 19 and 20. And he says again, there are some verses which are probably chapter 9, Prabhu, yes, confidential. Here, Krishna again says, Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam. But here, Krishna again insists in verse 20, this is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection. So this is, you are knowing a top secret, right? When you know a top secret, you don't keep quiet here. You go on the road and chant. So, 18th chapter also. Yeah. Confidential. All right. Yes, Prabhu. So the question here is now, why seek detachment and liberation from the cycle of birth and death? Why do we want? What is there? Like, why? Aren't we happy in this material world? Like, aren't we happy here? We are happy. We are very happy. Yeah, as long as you are in this premises here, we are happy. And when we face, so despite the best effort and over-endeavor of human race in material science, climate change agencies, philanthropic organization, technological advancement, formation of United Nations, medical advancement, and world-class medical care, we are helpless. Is that a right statement? Anybody who doesn't agree with this? We are helpless, particularly in the context of threefold material miseries and birth, death, old age, and disease. Anyone disagree with this? So that's why seek detachment with threefold material miseries. What are these threefold material miseries? We'll see those shortly here. Traitapa, is that the right word in Sanskrit, Prabhu? Tritapa? Traitap? Tapatraya. Yeah, Tapatraya is the threefold material miseries. The threefold material misery refer to the various forms of suffering experienced by living entities in material existence. These miseries are categorized into three types. So these are adhyatmika, miseries arising from the mind and body, such as mental calamity and physical ailment. Does it happen to all of us? Yes. Adhidaivika, miseries caused by other living entities, including interaction with demigods and other humans. Right? Other humans. We interact with humans and we suffer, right? Mentally. रिश्तेदार हमारे ऐसे होते हैं कई बार, नहीं? रिश्तेदारों के साथ लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं, घर में भी होती हैं. Miseries. And next is Adi Bhautika, miseries arising from natural disturbances such as climate change and disasters. So remember these three: Adidevika, Adhyatmika, and Adhibhaudika. And we are looking how to get out of this material world for the reason this one. The so-called happy materialistic person is constantly having to endure the threefold material miseries of life. Actually, no one can counteract these threefold miseries. All three may assail at one time, or one misery may be absent and other present. All right? All three may assail at one time. They can assail. I mean, assail is like an assault. You are being attacked. One misery can be there, right? Or absent, or other present at that time. Thus, the living entity is full of anxiety, fearing misery from one side or other. The conditioned soul must be disturbed by at least one of these three miseries. There is no escape. So now Bhagavatam compound this mystery, like these problems are compounded. If that was not enough, Bhagavatam shows you the mirror. Srimad Bhagavatam. Everyone familiar with Bhagavatam here? Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavat Saptah India mein hota hai, right? So Bhagavatam shows you the mirror here. This is how you look like. Prayen alpayushu sabhya kalasmin yuge jana mand sumand matiyo mand bhagya upadrata. So look into the mirror, learn one. This iron age of Kali, men always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. So that's how we look like, according to. So this is when they sat down to listen to Bhagavatam. This is, the rishis are saying this, the munis. So after all these miserable conditions, is there any hope for us? Anybody has hope? Did I disappoint you so far? I am talking very sad things, very troublesome, right? This is bad. And is there any hope? Yes, there is a process, simplified. Very simple solution is Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janatyashu Vairagyam Gyan Yad Brahma Darshanam. Engagement in Krishna consciousness and application of devotional service onto Krishna make it possible to advance in knowledge and detachment as well as in self-realization. So that's what we were looking for, right? We want to get liberation. So what we have to do, somebody should say it now. Engagement in, it's written there. Devotional service. Krishna consciousness. And another process, it is again from Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's what I was saying. So we don't give you just negative. There is a positive part of it, right? Satam prasangam. Mama virya samvido bhavanti rit karan rasayana katha tajoshnad ashva apvarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhakti ranukrameshyati. So what will happen in the association of pure devotees? When you come to this temple, you associate with people. What to do? Discussion of the pastime and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and heart. Hrit Karana Rasayana Katha. Rasayana is very pleasing drink also. Rasayana is chemical also. So when you come with your heart and ear, drink this, like look at the deity's form, enjoy the prasadam, participate in the dancing. So this is what will happen. Shraddha ratir bhakti anukrashmashyati. All this will follow. Kya kya? Shraddha rati bhakti. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. The real devotion and devotional service begin. So when you begin devotional service and start your association with the devotees, anukramashyati process will follow. And what is the process? Another part of that is, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam again. Kalera dosh nidhe rajan asti hai ko mahan gun kirtana dev krishnasya mukta sanga param brajet. Very simple to understand. Kalera dosh nidhe rajan. What is the nidhi? Nidhi kya hota hai? Yeah, ocean of, or like vast. If you have a treasure, it's also nidhi. Or if you have bank or insurance policy, it's also a nidhi. Kalera dosh nidhe rajan asti hi eko mahan gun kirtana dev krishnasya. Kirtana dev krishnasya. Please repeat after me. Kirtana dev krishnasya. Boliye. Mukt sanga param brajet. So if you do, let's read it. My dear king, this is Shukdev Goswami telling Parikshit Maharaj, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. So this is the hope I was talking about. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Kirtana Dev Krishnasya. So there is a deal here. That's what I was talking about. But those who are gone, they missed it. In this age of Kali, people should simply chant the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Hare Krishna mantra is specifically mentioned in many Upanishads, such as Kali Santran Upanishad, where it is said, please say everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is a bumper deal. Is it difficult process like so far what I have described? Or reading Vedas is difficult, or this one is difficult? Which one? I mean, this is one of the simplest. Anybody could chant. You see children here chanting this, and simply they are on their way to Godhead, right? Who want to read those big Vedas? Just chant. That's the beginning. I mean, if one is interested, nobody is going to stop. You will read those again. You will learn something. So, iti shodashakam namnam kali kalmashtashnam nata paratropaya sarva vedeshu drishyati. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than the chanting of Hare Krishna. So this is, deal is not from here, or I didn't make it, right? It came directly from Golok Vrindavan Dham. I try to make it fancy little bit. So this is direct offer from Golok Vrindavan Dham. It's not my words. Whatever I said is not my word. We learn it from our Vaishnavacharyas, Srila Prabhupada. So they say it is from Golok Dham, and it is from Golok Dham. So there is one last tale. So those who are interested can take the chanting beads from here in outside and start chanting from today onward. And be the Vedavit. You will know everything. So this is the last part. Just let's hope. This is the last slide actually. Bonus deal for the today only. So we have a bumper deal which is done. Bonus, because you are taking a mala here and promising to chant, you will get this free. How to please Krishna. Say after me. Tulsi dal matrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinite so atmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsala. If you want to chant, go ahead, please. We'll repeat after you. Anybody?
Tulsi Dala Matrena
Tulsi dal matrena
Jalasya Chuluke Nava
jalasya chulukena va
Vikrinite Swam Atmanam
vikrinite svatmanam
Bhaktebhyo Bhakta Vatsalaha
bhaktebhyo bhakta vatsala. Any Matajis want to say? Tulsi dal matrena jalasya chulukena va Rinite svatmanam bhaktebhyo bhakta vatsala. Sri Krishna, who is very affectionate towards his devotee, sells himself to a devotee who offer him merely a tulsi leaf, a palm full of water. He will, you can buy Krishna. That's what he is saying in this verse. Right? What is chulukena? चुल्लू भर पानी में डूब मरो, चुल्लू, राइट? चुल्लू मतलब तुलसी दल मात्रेण जलस्य चुलुकेनवा, a tulsi leaf and a palm full of water, and you can buy Krishna. That's the verse saying that. So I believe that strongly, and it is. Thank you. Right?
He himself says in
Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pusham Phalam Toyam, that's another verse, yeah. This is from Gautamiya Tantra, Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned this. So you have been a very good audience. Thank you very much. I just stop here now, all right? You guys are hungry as well, probably. I took more time. I apologize.
Prabhu, it's very appropriate you selected this 15th chapter to talk about today. Because normally when somebody passes away, when you go to the funeral place, we actually chant. So it is very appropriate that you selected to talk about 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita today. So thank you very much. Normally when we go to a funeral place, when somebody passes away, we go to a funeral place, we actually chant from the 15th
Chapter 15, yeah,
we
very
talk
good.
about this.
Purushottam.
So that's how we did. In fact, for this funeral which I went, the last Monday, I actually chanted from 15th chapter. So it's very appropriate, Prabhu. You chose this and you gave us a very nice way. You gave us a nice deal actually, Black Friday deal you gave us.
Yeah, Sunday deal.
Yeah, how to get Krishna's mercy.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody, makes use of that, exploits that, and everybody makes use of that and chants Hare Krishna from today. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Because some of what you read from Bhagavatam, those are all slokas are also there in Bhagavad Gita. Same slokas are there.
Yes.
When I say same slokas, same messages by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. Same messages. So it's very nice to hear those from Bhagavatam also. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. It's very nice and elaborate lecture. I would have one question that when you say that everybody is either one of them is misery or the affected time. So elaborate it a little bit more for everybody's benefit. Like when I'm in good health, sitting in a good car, sitting in a house, I said, how come everything is bad in this world?
Yeah.
For him, it's everything is presented, great or grave. So he doesn't understand maybe what is going to come in the future.
Yeah.
Please explain for him.
We take shelter of things every day almost, right? Sometimes things go wrong and then we say, okay, and It may not be Krishna, like some people may talk that I'm in a good position, like what is wrong with me? I have a good car, I have a good house, but right, my job is good, I'm getting good money, so I'm having enjoy. Just a matter of time, right? It's a matter of time. Maybe the calamities which are affecting the other part of the world is not coming here. Sometimes we have too much of snow. This is also a calamity, right? And sometimes you're restricted by your body. I mean, which not every day is good, right? Sometimes you have headache. But these smaller things, right? So I hope no one suffers, right? No one suffers. I mean, that's my wish. But suffering are inevitable and it will come. I mean, I don't need to stress that again and again, but calamities will come. Like when we are young, we don't know that. And then we grow old and see, right, loss of somebody or difficult relationship and all those things. These are all miseries. We may ignore them at times, like saying that, because we take shelter of material world and say that everything is good, like I can deal with it. Right, my bank balance is good, my job is good, so I have knowledge to deal with the things. We take that cover actually, and I'm saying to take cover of Krishna actually. But miseries are there, like birth, death, old age and disease itself is a misery. But we are taking shelter of something else instead of taking shelter of Krishna. I hope I answer your question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful lecture. And I was just wondering, I have one question. What's the difference between moksha and samadhi?
Samadhi. Moksha and samadhi. Yeah, moksha is liberation. Liberation is not a very popular word with Vaishnavas. We call it detachment. So, the things you have, they don't own you. You own the things or they own you, right? That's a kind of detachment, right? Either you owe your things, but the things don't owe you. Then you go other way around. The things don't owe you. You control yourself, right? You control the things. So that is a sort of detachment. And moksha is liberation from I generally understood. Vaishnavas, they don't talk about moksha, but there is in moksha liberation from this material world. Liberation from the material world. Liberation from the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. Otherwise, we will be born again and again. Did I answer the question?
So, can we consider enlightenment also as a detachment?
Samadhi, you said samadhi, right?
Yeah.
Samadhi, sorry. Samadhi is, I took it other way, detachment. Samadhi is when you are completely in the thought of Krishna, right? All the time, when you're chanting your beads or thinking about Krishna. If you're Krishna conscious, you're in a samadhi, sort of. Right? Yeah. Madhukanta Prabhu.
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.